since my wife died, I've lost all my friends. I met my wife, Sandra Valerie, in a curry house in East London in 1977. I used to work in the rag trade when I was young, and after a busy day, I'd go for an Indian. That's when I saw Sandra sitting with a friend. I immediately thought of her as a good-looking girl, and we just started talking over our curry. We got on like a house on fire and bounced off each other. We had the same sense of humour, which is so important. I asked her to go to the pictures with me, and that was that. The start of 32 happy years together. Sandra was always lively and social. She was a dancer as a teenager and won medals, so she loved music, going out and having a drink. Together we were always going to shows and live music, as well as heading to pubs and working men's clubs. We loved entertaining and having people over. We always had booze in the house, and we had dinner parties and guests over once a month or so. It was cheaper than going out. Together, Sandra and I loved to travel, first as a family with our son Robert, and then just me and her after Robert grew up. We bought a caravan in the 1990s and were regulars in France, where we met couples of all nationalities. We had friends from all over the world. Whenever I look at photos of us at this time, we were constantly smiling. In 2009, when both myself and Sandra retired, we planned a 7-week trip around the Iberian Peninsula before heading back to France. Towards the end of our trip, I was sat with Sandra at the bar, and she complained of feeling unwell. I remember it was the only time in 30 years that she'd never finished a drink. When we returned to the caravan, Sandra said she felt sick, so I urged her to go to the bathroom. Then I heard a thud. Sandra had collapsed and died instantly. She was just 56. Sandra had never been ill before. The only thing she had was sleep apnea. In the immediate aftermath, people were brilliant. In France, we were next door to a lovely French couple who we'd played dominoes with before bed over a couple of glasses of wine. They helped me call an ambulance. People at the site also helped to pay for a flight for Robert, so he could see his mum one last time before the funeral. I had cousins and wider family ring me to offer condolences. One even offered to give me money towards Sandra's funeral. However,